Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
I push that weight to get that dough, but I don't break cause I've been broke. If ain't no pain, then ain't no growth. To keep it 100, I came in to run it and bet if I had to, I'd do it again. It ain't no race if I don't win. I push that weight to get that dough, but I don't break cause I've been broke. If ain't no pain, then ain't no growth. To keep it 100, I came in to run it and bet if I had to, I'd do it again. It ain't no race if I don't win. Trust I'm coming up for that top spot, coming up for that throne. Trust I'm coming up for that drop top, coupe sitting on.
Hey, what's good, Grind Alliance? Welcome back to episode 3 of The Grind, where we talk about all things wrestling. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about this weekend's upcoming event, WWE Crown Jewel. Now, historically, Crown Jewel has not been my favorite event at all. It is a deal between WWE and the Saudi hierarchy there. And it's one of those events that doesn't really have memorable moments. One that sticks out to me was in 2019, if I remember correctly. Bray Wyatt winning the Universal Championship from Seth Rollins.
Universal Champion!
Which kind of sort of seemed to be the setup for the downfall of The Fiend. But other than that, it has been filled with either hysterical moments, or just complete trash. One thing that stands out to me is that tag team match between the Brothers of Destruction and DX that main evented. It was the worst, the absolute worst. Stay retired. Don't come back out. Don't do it no more. No, nah, we don't want that. But this year's Crown Jewel event seems to be one that is, can we say high potential? Could have high potential. So let's talk about the matches on the card, and I'm going to give you all my thoughts and my predictions on it. So before we get into the match card, though, I want to talk about the title for 2 seconds.
Oh, hell no!
I really don't need to say a lot of words on this. I'm just going to symbolize it.
Try!
Get in there. Those titles need to be turned into ashtrays. They need to be one of those, things that goes into your china cabinet at your grandma's house. Like, those titles are horrendous. I don't care how much money they paid for it. I don't care what they thought they were doing. It's terrible. And then the hype to think that we were finally getting a main card women's mid-card title kind of sucks. So take it for what you will. I don't like the concept of the Crown Jewel title. It's stupid to me. It's a waste of time. But, it is what it is. So let's talk about the first match on the card. The first match we have on the card is the 4-way Women's Tag Team Championship match. And what I want to say about this is that I do not care.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
And it's not because I don't care because of the women in the match. I think the women in the match are outstanding. I think that they have talent beyond what is being utilized here in the moment. And let's talk about the history of the women's tag team titles. Ever since its inception, and then Sasha and Bayley were the first ones to win that title, where is the prestige of that title? Or those titles, excuse me. Where is the prestige? Back in the day, those late 90s, early 2000s, man, we had tag teams and dudes were going at it for those titles. And everybody really wanted them. It meant something. And now it just feels like those women's tag team titles just never got up and running. So my suggestion is that they hit the restart button. It's time to hit the restart button, just like they did with the World Tag Team Championships, the WWE Tag Team Championships. They need to hit the restart button on the women's tag titles. They are horrendous. And the way that they're being utilized right now, I think Bianca and Jade is the right champions to carry it right now. But how do we build prestige? The women's division needs more tag teams and actually made tag teams, not just manufactured. Oh, this person have nothing to do. This person have nothing to do. Let's make them into a tag team. No, we need natural, organic tag teams made. And then we need actual feuds, real bloodthirsty, hungry feuds in the women's tag division. So I think first we hit the reset button. Let's get some new titles. Secondly, we need to figure out how do we get those titles to be prestigious? And I think that'll get those set of titles into the right direction. Winners of this match, of course, Jade and Bianca retaining over the other three teams in the match. Next match I have here on the card is the United States Championship match. LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade. I think LA Knight is going to retain this championship. He has number one, deserved this title run that he's getting right now for the longest. Number two, I think Andrade and Carmelo, with the hate for each other, are still going to continue to cancel each other out, and which LA Knight is going to be able to take advantage to get the win over in Saudi. And I think he continues his campaign as the United States champion. Next match we have on the card is Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. Now, I want to say that this match, the story leading up to this match has been pretty good. And I was glad that they utilized a previous world champion, established character like Seth freaking Rollins to help Bronson Reed get onto the mainstream of the main card and be able to be looked at as the monster that he is. This is the type of push that Bronson Reed has needed since coming to the main roster, and how he's being utilized right now. He's going to be a credible threat for a championship here pretty soon. So in this match, I have an upset. I think that Bronson Reed takes the win over Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is not necessarily underestimating Bronson Reed, but I still don't think that he's giving him the respect that he's deserved, even though he was the one that gave Seth, 6, 7, 8, 9 tsunamis and put him on the shelf for a couple of months. I think that Seth is going to make a mistake, sleep on Bronson Reed a little too much, and Bronson Reed takes the win in this match. Next match we have on the card, Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Now, we all know the history of Randy Orton and how vengeful he can be, how vile he can be. But we know the history of Kevin Owens as well. Kevin Owens has, quote unquote, betrayed all of the people that he's tag teamed with, or his best friend, etc. And now he's gotten to the point where I feel like the way that they had him turn was so beautiful. So just, yes. Because it doesn't look like Kevin is the heel. And in this scenario, Kevin honestly has every right to be upset. He's been fighting the bloodline for years, longer than anybody else, honestly. And, you know, he helped Cody get the title and finish the story and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, he just joins Roman? Man, what? You know, you joining the ops, dog? You know, I would feel some type of way too if I was Kevin. And then if you continuously getting brushed off by the guy when you want to talk to him and try to figure out what's going on, what is he thinking? Like, come on. So this has unleashed a very vengeful and a very prideful Kevin Owens. We're getting the prize fighter back. And when we say the prize fighter, that means that pop-up powerbomb is on the way back. Last Friday on SmackDown, Triple H warned Randy Orton to be careful, to watch his back leading into Saudi. And, you know, Triple H has watched Randy Orton and groomed Randy Orton. He's groomed Kevin Owens as well. And Kevin Owens can be very, very vicious. So the way I see this is that Kevin Owens takes the win in this match with tactics that, you know, isn't becoming of someone that says that they're not a heel. But even though we know he has made the turn to become a heel, and I think that he does not stop at just winning the match. I think he goes and he brings back that patented pop-up powerbomb on the apron. We know Randy Orton has had back issues over the last 2 years. So I think Kevin Owens is going to try to put Randy back on the shelf again. Kevin Owens wins the match. Next match we have on the card is the Women's Crown Jewel Championship match between WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax and Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. To be honest with you guys, it doesn't really bother me. I don't really care. There's not a whole lot of story behind this. They've just been trying to build it up over the last couple of weeks, but I don't feel like it's very substantial. I think they're trying to figure out a way to have the, SmackDown versus Raw kind of thing going, even though, that was traditionally a Survivor Series thing. They're trying to bring it into that Crown Jewel phase to see who's the best of the best, per se. But I don't think, this match is really going to do a lot for us. I can see Nia Jax actually winning this match, but I do think this is the opportunity of a lifetime for Tiffany Stratton. Something is going to happen with Nia where Tiffany is going to take advantage. She's not going to cash in on Liv Morgan. She's going to cash in on Nia Jax. So Nia Jax ultimately wins the match. She walks away with that Crown Jewel title, but Tiffany Stratton will be your WWE Women's Champion, leaving Crown Jewel. Next match we have on the card, Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE Heavyweight Champion versus Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion. This reeks of bloodline involvement at some way, somehow, some point. I do not believe that Cody Rhodes will win this match. I can see Kevin Owens or the Bloodline getting involved with this match and causing Cody to lose. Distracting Cody, and Gunther is going to take full advantage of it and take the win in this first ever match for the men's Crown Jewel title. There is no other way around it. Cody has to be involved with this Bloodline scenario somehow, and he has to progress the Kevin Owens story somehow. What greater way for Kevin Owens to screw the Golden Boy, quote unquote, that was his quote, not mine, than to screw him out of becoming the first ever Crown Jewel champion for the men. So I have Gunther winning this match because of interference from outside forces. Last match on the card, and probably the match that we're all going to be tuned into Crown Jewel for. We're going to see Bloodline 2.0 versus 3/4 of the original Bloodline with Roman, Jay, and Jimmy Uso. So I don't think Solo is going to be actually the one in this match. I think we're going to get the Tongans and Jacob Fatu versus the original Bloodline. And this match has the capability of stealing the show and becoming the iconic match that Crown Jewel needs. Crown Jewel, when you think about the event, it's great. It's got all the pomp and circumstance, all the fireworks, etc. But now it's starting to become a bigger deal because of what is being placed onto that card. And I think that during this match, we're still going to see a little bit of cracks in the armor when it comes to Roman and Jay. I do not feel as if it's going to be to the point where they can understand that they are two grown men who one doesn't need to be bossed around or ordered by the other one any longer, and that the other one still feels like he's in this place of tribal chief stance, even though he does not have the Ulafala. So I do think that Bloodline 2.0 loses this match because I think ultimately they may make a stand when it comes to the match at War Games that we have coming up. So I think Bloodline 2.0 takes the loss. I think this past Monday on Raw, when they saw Sammy talking to Solo, I think Sammy's going to get involved some way or somehow. He is too loyal to Jey Uso in order to turn his back on him and look towards Solo. I can't see him doing that. So I think this is the way of getting Sammy involved with the storyline because Sammy currently has nothing going on. And that way the original Bloodline will get this win. But I still think there's going to be kinks in the armor that's going to be showed throughout the match that they're going to have to work through in order to get over these savages of Bloodline 2.0. And also, I think that Bloodline, the original Bloodline, takes this win. Now, I just wanted to make sure you all got my thoughts and my opinions, my predictions per se, for the 2024 WWE Crown Jewel event. Hopefully, this is an event that can kind of make up for what the event has been since its inception in 2018. And hopefully we get that iconic match that we can say, yeah, that's the best Crown Jewel we have had so far. Not just moments, but an entire show of great moments, entertainment, stories, etc. So Before I get out of here, I want to remind you all, please check out The Grind. Follow Sirtoba Media, SIRTOBA, on YouTube, on all other social media platforms. Check out The Grind at The Grind Media 19 on all platforms. You'll see it at the end of today's show. But I really want you all to join us. We are looking to add our own little spice into the content game, and we want to make sure that we bring you what you want to see. So if there's anything specific that you want to talk about, things that you want to see, feel free to drop them down in the comments down here below, so that way we can go get some feedback from you all and be able to give you all what you want. So I'll see you all next episode. Be blessed, and always remember, stay true to what you do, stay true to why you do, and stay true to you. See you next episode.
I push that weight to get that goal, but I don't break 'cause I'm in gold.